Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, me.
Yes.
Waalaikumsalam, yes.
All right, thank you. So, hello. Thank you for joining our meeting today. As we know that the company is facing a decline in the sales due to the increased competition with our other companies. So, the head of department has asked us to plan a workshop. So, this will be the first meeting for our workshop, and I hope through this workshop we can help improve the sales performance and overall productivity of our company as a whole. So I am Miss Elena and I will be the coordinator as well as the project manager for this workshop, and each of us will take the lead on one specific aspect of the workshop that I think will be vital in making sure that the sales performance and productivity of the company can be improved. So for the objectives and the venue, that will be under my supervision. And for the suitable date and duration, who will that be under?
It will be under me, miss.
Okay, so it's Shahrin. I'm assuming you are the scheduling coordinator for our workshop. And
Yes.
then we have the determination of topics and trainers for our workshop. If I'm not mistaken, that's under Miss Sophia.
Yes, under me.
All right, thank you. And for the funding and budgeting, that will be under Mr. Zarif Irfan
Yes, that will
as
be correct.
the company's accountant. All right, thank you. And lastly, we will be looking at the possible committees and duties for those committees. That will be under Miss Aisha for operations officer.
Yes, Miss. I will be the one that handling the committees.
All right, so we've determined what we will be leading on for the workshop. So let's go through each one and share ideas. And afterward, we'll finalize our action points and also the deadlines. So, firstly, for the objectives and the venue, I had gotten to know that because of the decrease in the company's productivity, I had decided that we should enhance on our production and communication between the departments. That is one of the objectives. And secondly, I think to as we are facing competition with the other companies, I am pretty aware that they are using very advanced technologies and marketing tools. So I think we could adapt that way of production into our own company. So for the second objective, I think it is best that we introduce digital marketing strategies, digital marketing tools, and provide a detailed customer analysis and analytics to determine um, who is our focus in the company's production. So, what do you guys think for the objectives?
I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I also agree. It's good for our first objective and second objective for our first workshop.
Yes,
I think
that.
our objective is doable. So I
Mhm.
think the objective that Miss Alaina just presented just now, it is doable and it can help our company to improve. So I agree with the objective.
All right, thank you so much. So, since this is our first workshop, we'll proceed with these two first objectives, and along the way, we'll see how we can progress further with any new objectives, maybe in our next workshops. So, I think for the objectives, that can be finalized for now. So, for the venue, um, I had asked around with our office employees as well as the people in charge of handling the venues in our company. So, since the workshop is something at the early stage, I think it is best that we do it in our company before we choose to do it somewhere outside, just to maintain the budget, right, Mr. Zarif? I think we're on
Yeah,
quite a tight budget. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so I think it's best that we do it in meeting room one, which is our office training room. So, what do you guys think about that room? Have you guys been in that room for any other meetings?
yeah. We have
Yeah,
been inside the meeting room. It's quite big, so it's suitable for our workshop, I think. It also um help with our budgeting because we are in tight budget right now. So I also agree with that.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Zarif. What do you think, Mr. Sharin? Do you think that room is adequate for our first workshop?
uh, well, I think that room is good enough for our
Mhm,
shop, especially with our objective
mhm,
and like you said, like with a tight budgeting.
mm. Yeah, thank you. Do you guys think the capacity would be okay? I am aware that the meeting should include at least the head of departments for each of the department. So I think we have around 10 to 15 departments. So I think that would be sufficient to include around 25 people in the meeting room. Yeah.
I think the meeting room is big enough to fit all the people that participate in the workshop. So I think it's okay
Mhm.
to have it in the meeting room.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I also think so. But how how many of them are sure to go to this because we have to educate how much
Mm.
chairs or tables that we yeah.
Since we are only in the planning process of the meeting and the workshop, we haven't really provided any invitations to the head of departments for who is available to join this meeting. So that will be crucial in determining our next point, which is the suitable date and duration. So I think that will be subject to us providing the invitations to the head of departments and anyone relevant that should come to the workshop in determining who is supposed to come and who is available to come in order to set the date and duration of the meeting.
Yeah, and I think we have to set the limit of people for the
Mhm.
head department to choose which people to come, what limit of their departments and their departments to come to the workshop.
Okay. I will take note on that. So I think for now, I think the meeting room will suffice for at least 30 people. So around 20 to 25 people won't be an issue lah. Next, I think we'll look at the suitable date and duration. But as I've said before, that is subject to the confirmation of the attendance of the head of department. So I think Mr. Sharin can take over from now.
That's me. Okay. Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for being here. Now I'll be presenting on the proposed date and duration of our upcoming workshop. So the aim here is to make sure the timing fits well with our internal workflow, avoids magic clashes, and gives enough room for the team and speakers to prepare properly. So at the same time, we want to ensure participants stay engaged without feeling overwhelmed, so the right balance between content and time is crucial. So after reviewing the initial scope of the workshop, including the number of topic, proposed activities, and target outcome, I'm recommending a few possible duration. So option one is a one-day workshop. So this is suitable if we want to keep things tight and focused. We could structure the day into 3 or 4 main sessions, including one interactive sessions. This is more budget friendly and easier for participants to commit. So option two is a 2-day workshop or 1.5 day. Okay, so in this option, we give more space for deeper engagement, breakout sessions, maybe even hands-on activities or guided group work. Okay. The flow will feel more relaxed and less rushed, especially if we have multiple speakers or practical topics. I recommend this option if we really want participants to walk away with something solid. So in terms of timing, each day we could start at 9 a.m. and end around 4:30 p.m. with breaks and lunch. If it's a 1.5 day event, we could do a half day wrap up session on day two, ending before lunch. Is that okay with the duration?
Can I share my thoughts first?
Yes.
Okay, so I think the best option that we can go for is actually the 2 day workshop, because as you know, the workshop it's quite a heavy activity that we're gonna focus on, especially it involves the company's production and competitivity as a whole. So furthermore, if I can recap to my objectives, we are focusing also on the communication part of each of the departments. So I think 1 day would not be sufficient, and I think it's best for us to do 2 days of the workshop, as well as doing it on a weekend, so that it doesn't really bother the weekdays and our work office hours. What do you guys think?
For me personally, I do agree with Miss Alaina for holding the workshop for 2 days, because the main goals for the workshop is for our for the goals of our company long term. So to make the workshop more effective, and to make the participant not have a lot of burdens in completing the workshop, I think it's better for us to have it in 2 days.
Yep, I agree with you.
Thank you, Miss Elena. What about the others?
I also agree for today's workshop because, like Miss Aisha said, it is more effective if we do 2 days of workshop. Yeah, on one day, the I think will not likely to be more effective than 2 days workshop.
Yep, I agree with Ms. Sophia. Mr. Zarif, do you agree or do you have any objections?
Yeah, I also agree. I do not have any of the objection because the option 2 days is more suitable for our workshop.
All right. Okay, so I think we can determine that we can do it as a 2 day workshop. But Mr. Sharin, can you confirm with me with the date later, since we still have to confirm the attendance of what available date can the head of departments come to the workshop? So I think we have to collect that attendance first before we can confirm on what date we can hold the workshop. Do you agree?
All right, miss. But earlier I heard you said, do you prefer on the weekend or not on the weekend? Because I couldn't hear you clearly earlier.
Okay. So basically, I think it's best that we do it on a weekend, since it's already allocated for 2 days and we don't want to really bother with office hours too much. Will
Okay, I
that
would
be
like
okay?
to propose an idea
Uh-huh.
to make it halfly on the weekend. So we start on Friday and ends it on Saturday, so that on Sunday they can have rest. Is
Oh,
that okay?
okay.
Yeah,
That
I actually do
sounds.
agree with Mr. Shaharin, because not every participant have the time to spend their weekend for the workshop, because they have their own responsibility to take care of their daughter. So
Mhm.
if we do it on weekend, it might affect the workshop itself,
Okay.
for being not educate and not enough participants. So I think it's okay with the Mr. Shaharin ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that does sound doable. So, do you guys think it's best that we do it starting Friday evening, since there's Friday prayer? So I think it's best that the half day is during Friday and the full day of the workshop is during Saturday. So we're gonna end the workshop a bit late on Saturday. Is that okay?
I think that's a good idea. Okay, now I prepare a simple Google form after this meeting and collect everyone's preference on two things, which is duration and the availability. So
All
once
right.
I get a response, I narrow it down to you, Miss Elena,
Mhm.
for the venue confirmation and Zarif for budgeting implications. If you already know the date conflicts or preferences, feel free to let me know after the session or just drop it in the group chat.
All right. That's possible. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharin.
Welcome, Miss.
All right. I think we can at least determine for now that the workshop will be for 2 days and it's going to be on a Friday as well as a Saturday, right? So, next we will be going into the possible topics and trainers for the workshop. And I think this is under Miss Sophia. Can we limit it to around three topics, three topics and three trainers? Is that okay?
Yeah, I already three topics. Um, the three top, the three topics. First, for customer centric selling, it is to understanding and solving customer problems. The focus of this topic is to shift from product pushing to problem solving of the sale. These topics for these topics includes activity like active listening, need the need of analysis and value based selling. The second topics that I prepared time management and sales productivity technique. This topic to focus on daily efficiency and task prioritization. This topic includes goal setting and minimizing distractions for more sales improve. The last topics that I've prepared is sales optimizations and closing strategies. This topic is to focus on improving every stage of sales process that includes effective follow-up and closing techniques. Is that okay? And is that sufficient for the topics for our workshop, Miss Elena?
I think the three topics are okay, especially the third one. If I'm not mistaken, it's on skill optimization with our employees.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's
All right. Can you proceed with the possible trainers that we would need to invite for these topics? Are they under one trainer, or are you going to appoint three trainers for three topics?
I think my suggestion is that one topic I will provide two trainees. Is that okay for you? Because I think only one training is not enough. Uh, by referring to our limit of uh persons that may come to our workshop, I think two things might be sufficient.
I think that you can liaise that with Mr. Zarif now. Is that okay, Mr. Zarif?
Yeah,
With looking at our budget.
yeah. According to our budget, I agree with two trainers. Because later I will explain the full budget for the trainer fees. So I agree with two speaker trainers.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay. Continue.
uh two trainees for each topic, right? Okay.
Is that correct, Mr. Zarif? Because the way I understood her was that two trainers per topic. I think you misunderstood as two trainers for three topics.
For topic. Yeah.
So in total, there's gonna be six trainers. Is that gonna be okay for our budget?
So I think that is not quite possible because later I will explain the budget. But I think two speakers for the whole topic. I think that's going to be alright with our workshop. I do not think the six speaker for each topic is gonna work with us because we are on a tight budget right now, right? So I think two speakers for three topics will be alright.
Can that?
How about I negotiate with our human resources department and sales department to provide their own trainings. So we have enough budget to provide for one topics to train each.
I think that would be also alright if they are negotiate with us.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I think that could be possible. Even if they could provide around 4 trainers in total, we can utilize a bit of the budget to at least find another 2 to fill in the discrepancy. So, do you guys agree with 3 topics and 6 trainers? 2 trainers for each topic.
For me, I think it's a bit burden for our company to get the 6 trainers because it will be the issue for our budget. But I think instead of we will create the trainers or we pay the trainers, I think Miss Sophia can look out for the trainers that willingly to do it voluntarily or to do it for free. I think that will be okay for our workshop to be done sufficiently, effectively. Am my
Yeah,
opinion
absolutely.
okay for you, Miss Aisha?
I'm okay with your opinion. Because I will work with, as I say, I will work with the HR and sales department to provide their own trainings that's suitable for each topic that I have presented. And I will make sure that they volunteer it for themselves. Yeah.
All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Aisha had asked us about appointing the trainers from the HR and sales department. Can you justify why you think those are the best departments where we can find trainers for our workshop?
This is because human resources department I think can provide us with trainers or workers from our company that is suitable for this workshop about sales. And as I said, also, I will work with the sales department as this is a workshop about sales, improving sales. I think there will be a lot of help if they provide trainers for one of the from their department. Yeah.
Okay, I think that is possible and logical for us to continue with those 3 topics and the trainers. But Miss Sophia, can you just recap on the 3 topics that you mentioned, just briefly, like the topics, so we can all take note?
Yes. The first topic is customer centric selling for understanding and solving customers' problems. Is that clear? Okay. The second topic is time management and sales productivity techniques. All of you got it? Can I proceed to the last topic? Okay. The last topic is sales optimization and closing strategies. That's all from the topics.
All right, I got my topics. Did anyone else manage to get them as well?
Yep.
Okay, I
Yes.
think these are very good topics, and the plan can be it's doable. So I think for now we can proceed with this plan. So next we will go briefly into the funding and budgeting by Mr. Zarif. The floor
Yeah,
is yours.
yeah. Okay. Alright, everyone, thank you for your input so far. I'm Mr. Zarif from the Financial Department. I will be in charge for the funding and budgeting aspect for our workshop. Since you know, our company is currently experiencing decline in sale. We have to be strategic and careful with our spending. First, I estimated that our overall budget should not exceed 4,000 ringgit, and this includes venue rental, trainer fees, materials, meals, and miscellaneous costs. However, just Miss Lena said before, our venue is at our meeting room 1. So our venue rental is going to be free. So next is going to be the trainer fees. I allocate RM 2,000 ringgit, but as Ms. Aisha and Ms. Sophia said before, we could ask from our HR and sales department. But for the 2,000 ringgit that I allocate is for the speaker that would not be able to do it for free, or the HR and sales department could not find speaker for their workers. So next is for the catering. I allocate 1,000 ringgit. It includes two tea breaks and one lunch for each of the workshop on the Friday and for the Saturday. And then for the workshop materials, I allocate 500 ringgit for the printing, stationery, and text. Other stationery. And lastly, for the miscellaneous cost or the emergency fund, I also allocate 500 ringgit in case of unexpected expenses. We can propose the budget to the head of the department for approval, and I will also prepare the detailed financial report we receive after the event. I also suggest we collect quotation for a few vendors before confirming bookings. For example, for the trainer or the workshop materials. Lastly, I will take full responsibility for monitoring expenses and keeping the workshop within the budget. Does anyone have suggestion or question for this plan?
Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Zarif. If I'm not mistaken, you said that for catering, the budget is gonna be 1,000 ringgit.
Yes, 1,000 ringgit for 2 days.
For 2 days, lunch and breakfast, only bread and drink.
Yeah, for the 1,000 ringgit, it includes one lunch, one break, and also one breakfast. So I combine the budget for the breakfast and breaks together. So it's gonna be 2 breaks and one lunch.
Okay, so for my part later on that I will be discussing later, um, I'm I have a suggestion that we should make a different food for the people that have a special request due to their health or any allergies. So is it okay? Is it? Do you think it is still okay for the 1,000 ringgit?
Uh,
1,000 ringgit?
I I think it's going to be okay, because if we have a special request such as they have allergies or they cannot eat, they are a vegetarian, then I will inform for the catering team that we have a special request, but the budgeting stay the same for 1,000 ringgit. There is no additional fee for the special request.
All right, that's all from me, Mr. Zarif.
Can I propose something, Mr.
Yeah.
Zarif? For the budgeting, as you had said earlier, sorry if I had mistaken this, for the external trainers, in case that the HR and the sales department cannot provide 6 trainers in total, the budget would be 2,000 ringgit.
Yes, that's good. Right.
Is it okay if we try to cut down a bit on this budget of 2,000 ringgit, and the part that we had cut down, we can provide it or allocate it to the food budget? Do you think that's possible?
I also think that will be possible. So we cut it the trainer fees into 1,000 ringgit.
I think that is okay. Can Miss Sophia confirm, is this budget doable for 1,000 ringgit? And maybe we can find around two external trainers.
1,000 ringgit. I think it is.
It's gonna be a bit tight. Do you think it's gonna be a bit?
Yeah, a bit tight. But as Miss Elena said, we can find internal trainers from our company if that is okay because the budget is a bit tight.
I think the best thing we could do is we only cut around 500 ringgit for the budget on trainers. So
Okay.
we can allocate an extra 500 ringgit for the food budget.
All right. That's going to be okay. So for the, I will be repeating. For the trainees fees, I will be cutting 500 ringgit. So the 500 ringgit is going to go to the catering for our food. So our food budget will be 1,500 ringgit.
Yep. So the budget for finding external trainers will be 1,500, and the budget for food will be 1,500 as well, just in case we have to cater to special requests.
Yeah, that will be all right. Because it did not exceed our budget, which is 4,000 ringgit.
Thank you so much to Miss Aisha for pointing that out on the special request, and thank you for making the budget more flexible for Miss Aisha and Mr. Zarif. So I think for the funding and budgeting, that can be confirmed now. 1,500 ringgit for external trainers, 1,500 ringgit for food, 500 ringgit for printing or stationery, and 500 ringgit for emergencies. All right. So next we can move on to determination of committees and duties by Ms. Aisha.
First of all, hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aisha, working as the operation officer for our company. And so for today's meeting, I will be, since we will be discussing about the workshop. My job, I will be explaining about the structure of our committees to ensure that our workshop will run efficiently and smoothly. Uh, s- I propose to have around three main committees, and each of them have their own clear responsibilities. Because having a committees in every event is crucial because it will help us delegate tasks effectively and ensure there is no area that will be overlooked. So the first committee that I'm suggesting is that logistic committee, and their main role is to manage the physical setup and also logistical requirement of the workshop. So the people under the logistic committee will ensuring that all facilities in the meeting room one that has been suggested by Miss Alaina just now, all the facilities in the meeting room one, including the seating, tables and restroom and all the fans or the papers about the workshop will be adequately enough for the participants, and also um and also the logistic committee should ensure that and the proper signage is in place, and the registration table for the participants to register uh, their attendance will be clearly being put so that the participants can navigate the venue with ease and complete their registration efficiently upon arrival. And the second committee that I am suggesting is food committee, and their main role is to ensure all the participants and trainers will be well catered. Okay. So for the food committee, uh, as what Mr. Zarif mentioned, there will be lunch, break, and breakfast. So, I as what I mentioned just now, I think food committee will be taking all the special requests from the participant. If there is any a special request regarding the vegetarian's preferences or food allergies or any other health related due to dietary needs. And this is to ensure all the participants or attendees are accommodated safely and respectfully. And also, uh, food committee should ensure that all the participants will get the food without having anyone being left out or not getting the food. Because it is a 2 day workshop, so I think food is something that is crucial for our committee to keep the energy for the participants. And lastly is the technical committee. And the technical committee is basically will just handle all the audio visual and will be handling what the trainers needs to uh, to 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 say what they want to present to the participant for the workshop. I think the all three committee is adequate enough for our workshop. Is it okay?
I think that is possible and doable. It also encompasses the entire workshop. It covers a lot of crucial and vital things that we have to take point on. I just have a question for the members of the committees. Who will you be appointing them from?
For me, as I am the operation officer, so the persons that working behind my back, which is uh my workers will be handling for the committee, and I will be the one that will allocate the task for them.
Okay, that is clear. So, how many people are you allocating for each committee?
I think for the logistic, I think around five. 2% for the registration, and 3% for the registration, and 2% for the physical setup and other requirement. For the food, I think around 3% is adequate enough. And for the technical is preferably for men and 2% of 2 men basically.
I think that's doable. Do you need any budget or?
I think so far no, because everything is gonna be okay.
Mhm.
Doesn't include any budget that we need to add on, so I think it's okay.
All right. Thank you so
So
much.
how everyone?
Does
Yes,
this
Mr.
Shahid?
Farid?
Okay, sorry. So when Miss Aisha said about technical committee that will handle audiovisual and the trainers need, right?
Yes.
So does that mean that we need an MC or a host to conduct the workshop?
No. Just for if the trainers have some materials on the slideshow or slideshow that they wanted to show for the participants, I think for the committee of the technical can handle the thing. Do you think it's okay?
Okay, so that's for the technical committee, right?
Yes.
But I mean for the whole workshop, not under the committee only.
Mm-hmm.
Does we need to provide an MC, or we just
I
invite trainers and they do the talk like that?
I think that can be considered because it will be more proper for the trainers to do their work. I think we can put the suggestion of the MC in my paperwork if you agree. If everyone's agree, then I can add on about the MC.
I think since we do have a budget for external trainers, I think that includes if we want to have an MC as well. So I think what's best that we can do is we have Miss Sophia confirm with the trainers from the HR as well as the sales department as well as the external trainers later on whether they have any materials and whether they can or are fit to become MC as well, as I think we don't really need an external MC for the workshop. As long as we have the trainers who are knowledgeable in what they are preparing, I think it's good enough since it is a workshop.
Yeah, I agree with Miss Elena. I don't think we need an MC for the workshop because the trainees can do their work and provide training materials for the trainee that join our workshop. So I don't think there is a need for MC as we uh have we already have the trainees. Yeah.
All right, I think that is doable. Mr. Sharon, do you agree?
I think I'm okay with that.
All
Like
right,
Miss Elena said, right? We could try to find an MC from the HR.
that's possible. All right, I think for the committees and duties, there are no further questions and objections. So, before we end, I just want to confirm a few things that I think are vital in confirming now, because, like we have stated before, this involves a lot of people. Their attendance is compulsory, and I think, as Miss Aisha had also briefed us, she will need a few people from her department to become members of the committee for our workshop. So I think, Mr. Sharin, is it possible if we try to decide on a date now, because I think we have a company calendar and I think we can look through the calendar and see which Friday and Saturday everyone is available to join our workshop. Will that be possible?
Let me take a look at the calendar first.
All right then.
So,
Is it
okay,
possible
it's
that we do it this weekend, because today is the 20th May, Tuesday. Is it possible that we do it on 21, 22, 20, 23, and 24 May, this
23
weekend?
and 24.
Because I think we need ample time to do a bit of proposals and just make our paperwork. Is that sufficient until this weekend, or we can do it next weekend?
I think it's better for us to do it next weekend since
Yes.
maybe some of the participants have their own things that they need to do this weekend that they have planned. So I think next week is better.
Okay. If uh if I'm looking at the calendar now, we are free next weekend. Are the other departments free?
We from the financial department also okay with next weekend.
Okay.
I also agree with next weekend, but it is a little bit tight because um the Friday is Harvest Festival, right? So maybe our workers from our company that celebrate that kind of festival maybe not available that time, but I think it is okay. Yeah, for them.
Mhm. What do you think, Mr. Sharin? Since it is a public holiday on next week, Friday.
Okay, for I think public holiday is we shouldn't consider public holiday because it's public holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So the next weekend, the
In 2 weeks.
yes, in 2 weeks. The
What would
weekend in 2 weeks. Okay, for that.
what would be the date?
6 and 7 June.
Okay. Is everyone free? I think I for now my table is empty on 6th and 7th June, and I can make it clear for our workshop.
My department also will be free on that day. So it's okay for us.
Um, yeah, I also okay with the date.
Mhm. So is the financial department okay?
Yeah, we are. The financial department also alright with next weekend.
All right. Okay, is that okay, Mr. Sharin, on the date? You can confirm back with me later, but for now it's fixed for the 6th and 7th June.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
All right. Thank you. Uh, so I think that is all for the discussion. So to keep it short, let me just recap on what we've confirmed and discussed on today. So firstly, we looked through the objective. There are two objectives. Firstly, the enhancement of production and communication between departments. And secondly, the introduction of digital marketing strategies, digital marketing tools, as well as customer analytics. Is that correct?
Yes, Miss Alaina.
Miss Aisha, do you need anything to write down? Do you want me to repeat anything?
So far, no, it's okay. It's fine.
Okay. So next, the venue for our meeting will be at for our workshop will be at meeting room 1, which is the office training room, and the suitable date for our 2-day workshop will be on the 6th and 7th June, which is a Friday as well as a Saturday. So I think the best time we can do it is on Friday. We can do it from 3 p.m. until around 8:30 p.m. and then on the second day we can do it from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. So the workshop will probably end around 2 p.m. on a Saturday. So for the topics, we have proposed 3 topics by Miss Aisha, which are customer centric selling. Secondly, the time management and sales productivity technique. And thirdly, the scale optimization and strategies, where we are going to allocate at least 2 people per topic. And we are going to try and obtain these trainers from our internal departments, either from human resources or sales. And if we need to find any external trainers to complete the 6 people, we are going to use up 1,500 ringgit from our budget. So that will lead me to recap on the budget. So 1,500 ringgit for external trainers, 1,500 ringgit for food, and 500 ringgit for printing or stationaries, and the additional 500 ringgit for any emergencies. And then for Miss Aisha's part, we have 3 main committees, which is the logistics, the food and technical committee. So in total, the 3 committees, there will be 10 people that you want from your department.
Yes, Miss Alaina.
All right. And I think the duties were quite clear for each of the committees, for physical setups, registration, for administering special requests and food from the food committee, and lastly for the administration of our any technicalities under the technical committee. Is that correct, everyone? All right. I think that is quite okay. The discussion so far is quite clear. I think that will be all for now. Do you all have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Everything's clear, so I don't have any question.
All right, thank you so much. Let's aim to finalize all these details by at least this Friday, and I'll send out a recap of this meeting and create a checklist for our progress. So please make sure to complete your part by this Friday, and let me know if you need help or want to coordinate anything. I'll check in midweek, so probably around Thursday, to track the progress. Is that okay? All right. Thank you so much,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for the discussion today. I'm sorry for taking a lot of your time this lunch hour. I hope you all have a good lunch after this, and we'll see you in our next meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Okay, bye.
everyone.